Hey y'all, Camilla the Focused Spender here. Welcome to my channel. I'm just gonna jump right into it. So the other day I was on Instagram and I ran across a post by His and Her Money, and the caption says over 7 million Black households have a net worth less than $10,000. So they're citing a new study by McKinsey & Company, which is called The Economic State of Black America. It was recently released, and it stated that roughly 3.5 million Black households currently have a negative net worth, and an additional 4.3 million Black households have a net worth of less than $10,000. And so when I read it, I said, okay, I guess it's time for me to do another net worth video. I've done them in the past. Actually, I did one pretty recently where I just explain what a net worth is, how it's different from net income, how you can improve it. And as I was preparing to even think about doing the video, I was like, I am exhausted of this topic. I feel like I'm talking about it till I'm blue in the face. But obviously, I'm one woman. I am not just going to reach 7 million people, 7.5 million people with my little YouTube videos. I'm hoping that I'm reaching you. I'm hoping that I'm reaching you. If you have not watched my video that I just did, go ahead and watch it. I'll link it. If you want to read the study, go ahead and read it. I'll link it in the description box below. If you want to watch the other videos I did about net worth, I did a video several years ago. It was my first quote unquote viral video, and I think I probably only had 14,000 views, but in my mind, you couldn't tell me that wasn't 140 million. I talked about an article I had read at the time that said the net worth of Black women was $5, the average or the median, can't remember. And how frustrated and how angry it made me, because I was like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And I don't want to dwell on what we're doing. I just want to talk about what more can we do. I think one of the things that people are scared of is that, money is an uncomfortable topic in general. People don't want to share how much money they make. People want to dress a certain way so that you can assume how much money they have, as opposed to just prioritizing themselves. You cannot be consumed with how you look, the things you have, because it is going to leave you in the poorhouse. That's just a fact. Recently, I was working with someone, and it wasn't even about like getting out of debt, even though it should have been, but it wasn't about getting out of debt. It was about investing. And so I was helping them set something up, and we were sharing the screen, and they opened up their bank account, and I nearly died. I was like, why are we talking about investing? We should be talking about how to get your money right. Like, I know investing is the popular topic. I know that even on my channel, when I talk about investing, those videos do way better than when I talk about getting out of debt and just managing your money. I get it, but we really need to reprioritize what we're doing, as opposed to just following the fad get rich quick scheme that I feel like people are doing. When it comes to managing your money and having that, growing net worth and building wealth, there's just certain things you got to do, and you probably should do it in a certain order with some caveats in between. Yes, you should get out of debt first. It is so much easier to build wealth, to invest, when you don't have your student loans weighing you down, when you don't have a car loan or a personal loan weighing you down. It's just so much easier. So yes, get out of debt first. You still want to go ahead and invest in your 401k, especially if your job is matching it, but you really do want to get out of debt before you start buying stocks here and there. And it's because it's not, unless you have, large sums of disposable income, even still, just get out of debt first. 2, you need to be tracking your money somehow. You need to be tracking your spending using an app like Mint.com. You need to be tracking your net worth using an app like Personal Capital. Basically, you need to have eyes on your money at all times. You always need to know what's going on with your assets. You need to know how much money you have in the bank, how much money you have in your investments at all times. You need to know how much debt you have, how much do you own your student loans, your personal loans, etc. And you need to be tracking it and paying attention. I feel like when you pay attention to these things, You are just more mindful about how you're spending your money. So that's soapbox number 2. And lastly, I think you just need to be more uncomfortable. Everybody wants to YOLO. Like, oh, you only live once. Just do whatever. No, sometimes you need to stay home. You don't need to do whatever. Sometimes you do need to, at least temporarily, have that job that you don't really like, but it pays really well. Temporarily. I'm not trying to mess up anyone's mental health. So it's like temporarily, okay, let me just do what I got to do. You need to go back to school if you are underqualified for the jobs you want. I know so many people talk about, oh, college is not for everybody. And I'm like, I know it's not for everybody, but it's for a lot of people. You can build skills. Even if you don't want to go to college, you can go to trade school. You can study for a certain profession. But see, I feel like that limits people. Like, I see these things where it's like, oh, you can be a dental hygienist, and I'm not talking about dental hygienists. But I'm like, you don't want to be a dentist? So I kind of feel like, especially when it comes to Black people, we get into this limiting space where we're just trying to, get that one certificate so you can get that one job and then have it for the rest of your life. And I'm not about that. You need to be more uncomfortable with asking for things that you deserve and changing your situation when it's time to change. If you are in a dead-end job, if you are in a job that you are killing, you're crushing it, but they won't promote you and they're not giving you any more money, you need to fix your resume, start networking, and get out of there. Just get out. Get a better job. Like, I had to do that. Like, I had to look at my situation and say, you could be doing more. You could be making more. You have to be less afraid to put yourself out there. And if it's that you want to start a business, but you're scared, at some point you're going to have to get over that I feel scared and just do it. Whatever it is, just do it. Just put yourself in that uncomfortable zone so that you can get the things that you want out of life, so that you can make a little bit more money, stack a little more coins, build your net worth, pass it down to your kids. Like, that is the end game. At the end of the day, this whole making money or building wealth or growing your net income or your net worth, I should say, it really isn't just for you. It's for the generations that are coming behind you. It's for your kids. It's for your grandkids, so that they don't have to like reinvent the wheel. Who wants to do that? Like, let's normalize giving our kids and our grandkids and all those people that are coming after us, our nieces, our nephews. Let's normalize having something to pass down to them. And I understand the history of this country, and I understand that it's just not as simple as 1, 2, 3. Or it hasn't been in the past, but that's the past. Let's live in the present. Just live in the present. So, I don't know. Hopefully I didn't offend anybody. I don't know. I don't know. I just got so, I'm just exhausted of this topic, but it's not a topic that's going to go away, and I'm just going to have to keep talking about it. Whenever there's a new study, you'll see me. I'm gonna pop up. And if you haven't seen my videos on net worth, the one that just came out, I will link it below. I'll link the others that I talked about below, and I'll also leave a link to Personal Capital, and as well as videos I did about that app, so that you can try it out yourself. Hope you enjoyed this video. I will talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye bye.